Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Usha.
Let's start episode 419 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by May and she writes, Hi Vidas, thank you for sending me the week 6 harmony material. I have been working hard and struggling with the chords, the progressions and the sequences in the past 2 weeks. I find it most difficult to play with hands only using 2 right hand fingers and 2 left hand fingers. It is easier to play with left hand doing the bass only and right hand playing the triad, chords in closed position. Playing the bass with the pedal is also much manageable than playing with 2 fingers from each hand. It takes a long time to go through the exercises first with hands only and then with pedals together. Shall I practice with hands only, with pedals and hands, or both? What do you suggest? I'm working on the sight reading master course. At the same time, I struggle with the rhythms in week 3, day 2, triplets. I could never play a triplet in one hand and 4 16 notes with the other hand together. If I assign 12 units to each quarter note, each note of a triplet will get 4 units and each 16th note will get 3 units. I'm not sure if it will help me to get a better sense of this complicated rhythm by doing this. It will also take a long time to finish the passage. Do you have any suggestions? Thanks, May. So this is a sort of twofold question. One is about harmony and another is about playing complex rhythms.
Yes. And I know what she talks about, how uncomfortable it is to have, two voices in one hand and 2 in another, but that's the way, the voice leading works, because you cannot always use only a closed position. And if you need, to play in an open position, then you really need to play something with your left hand too. If you don't like to play 2 voices with your left hand, then play bass with a pedal, tenor with your left hand, and 2 voices with your right hand.
Mm-hmm.
It will not make life easier. Because I think the trouble is the tenor voice.
Yeah,
it always is the tenor voice.
Mm-hmm. I could suggest her 2 things. One is to sight read more hymns, with or without the pedal, doing the same thing that you are talking about. 2 and 2. Left hand takes 2 voices and right hand takes 2 voices. Or right hand takes 2 voices, left hand takes 1 voice, and the pedals take 1 voice. Those versions are very beneficial. So she practices harmony, but at the same time, sight reading hymns would really be beneficial to her because it's the same disposition of voice.
Well, yes, and between these 2 questions by me, I see, actually the connection. It's all what she talks about is connected with, coordination problem, which is very common, in us all, I think. Because if you cannot, manage triplets in one hand and then 4 flats in 16th, with your other hand, it also means, coordination. And basically independence of your hands.
One part of your brain must think in triplets and another in 16 notes.
That's right. I remember when I first encountered this problem, it was in Frank's A major fantasy. It has a couple spots where you have triplets and
What kind of fantasy?
in A major.
A.
Yes, A major.
And I've seen these rhythms in Messiaen's music.
When I saw many times these rhythms, this was just the first time when I encountered it myself.
For example, in Messiaen's L'Ascension, the second movement.
What would you suggest? How to practice it?
First of all, hands separately. Not necessarily the entire piece, but maybe a short fragment of 2-4 measures. And each hand has to know this part completely, like inside out. I've done this repeatedly, 10, 20, 100 times, with each hand. And suddenly when you put those hands together, they click and play separately, like two different people, because your hands basically remember the muscle memory.
That's a very good suggestion. And I had that trouble sometimes even playing trills. And I don't think it was like because of poor technical skills or something. I think it was also a psychological problem too. Because when I knew that tricky spot comes, I would get tense. I would get like muscle spasm. And then I would fail. But
You mean fall?
Fall, yes. Then I would fall. And what helped me actually relaxation and breathing.
Another method would be to think about 16ths as just twice as smaller units of duplets. 3 against 2 is easier to play than 3 against 4.
Well, but for beginners, 3 against 2 is also a big challenge.
But you could
But of course
mathematically
it's easier
count it.
Yes.
Those rhythms.
You can everything count mathematically. That's what math is for, that you could calculate anything.
So the first and the third note of the 16 group would fit nicely with the triplets, but the second and the fourth need to be inserted somewhere in the middle, right?
But you still have to know that spot where it has to be put in.
But if you make a focus on the first and the third group notes, then 2 and 4 maybe take care by themselves. No?
I wish it would be like this.
Okay, and one last suggestion is about strengthening her left hand a little bit more. I have 2 courses concerning this. The first is left hand training, which is based on 6 trio sonatas by Bach, where the player is required to practice any part that organists play from trio sonatas, right hand, left hand, or the pedals, but only with the left hand, and in various keys. I transpose them in multiple keys. It's just for strengthening the left hand. That would be beneficial for me. And then the second level is 2-part training, where I take the same trio sonatas, but people need to practice 2 parts at a time. Left hand, for example, and pedals.
Yes, I believe it might be very helpful.
And that might help her with harmony disposition when she has to play pedals in the feet, tenor in the left hand, and 2 voices in the right hand. Right hand is easy, so left hand and pedal need to be strengthened. This coordination.
True.
Okay, so anybody who struggles with this could really benefit from those 2 courses, I think. Alright guys, we hope this was useful to you. This was Vidas.
And Ausra.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.